Hi, everybody. Hi, Patty. How is everyone this fine evening? Looks like I got a couple folks, Patty and somebody else. I hope, gosh, I really hope that this light is going to work. I don't usually do these at night. The colors might be just a little bit off. I don't have any other lights to turn on anywhere. So let's hope that this is going to work. I may try scooting over a little bit to see if that helps. Let's see here. A little bit more under the light, maybe. You have to let me know if that helps or not. Looks like I have a shadow, maybe. Hey, Kim. No, I can't see. Oh, I see you now. I see your comment. Can I see you? Yes, indeed, I see you. I am excited for you guys to be with me here tonight. I'm going to color up several of the smaller images, and then I'm going to put together a mini pinwheel card for you. Now, I didn't design this as, hi, Patty, you're doing okay. You had a craftastrophe. Oh, dear. What happened? Oh, my goodness. I miss you too, Miss Kim. Hey, Danny. But we're going to color up some of these adorable images that I listed in the color along, and I am then going to just put together a mini pinwheel card. I didn't design this as a class. I'm just going to kind of do it after I color the images up and put it together. But I figured that for those of you who are watching the class afterwards, you would then be able to watch it and pause it. And if you choose to make a card, you can. And I'll post dimensions for you after the fact, and we'll kind of go from there. So I guess maybe I should sit down and put something in the frame other than my white piece of paper, right? Your paint smeared, it's just paper. Yep, it's just paper. That's funny because that's kind of hard for me sometimes to say. I try to save it no matter what. So all right, well, let's get going. I'm happy that a couple of you are here. The stamp sets that I'm coloring up tonight are the Perky penguins. I'm using this little image here with the mug, and these two little images here on the igloo. And then I am using the Jolly Happy Snowman, and I'm going to color up this adorable little chap with his hat and scarf, and this image here with the cocoa mug and the igloo. And then I'm also going to use the reindeer set, Reindeer Games. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. And I'm going to color up, I got to remember, which one was it? I think it's this one and this one here, or maybe it's this one and this one. When I get it, I'll show you. I can't remember for sure. So I'm going to color them, pretty quickly. That's a lot of little images, but they're small and they're super fun to color. So I'm going to get started. I want to show you what a pinwheel tower card looks like. For the Crafty Retreat, we did a pinwheel tower card, was one of my projects, and we did a 5x7 size. This is the top version so that you can see the pinwheel shape of it. This card that I'm going to put together tonight is a regular A2 card, which is 4¼ inches tall by 5¼ inches, wide. So I'm going to get this together. We're going to start coloring, and then as you'll be able to watch, and like I said, I'll post the pictures in the measurements. Good Lord, it was a long day at work. Sorry, folks. So this is a quick one that I had put together using the papers and stickers from the retreat kit, and I'll just kind of show you how it rotates. Just a simple little card, and then I left this one for a space for coloring. So it's a super fun little project that's just kind of a surprise that people aren't expecting when they open it up, and it folds flat. So let's get coloring. I prepared for me, the panels that I'm going to be using in the card. And the first one is going to use this little snowman here from the Jolly Happy Snowman set. You do have products. I saw that, Kim. I got to finally go back today on a quick lunch and watch the video from the live November live release, and I saw that and I thought, woohoo! I wish I would have chosen some of those papers today. I wasn't thinking about it, but honestly, grab those papers, you guys. There's so much you can do. Grab whatever she has in stock, because those are awesome, awesome things, and they're perfect for Christmas and winter. So I had pre-stamped this. I'm using one of the sentiments from the Jolly Happy Snowman. I used the Pretty in Pink ink and the new Sweet Snowflakes stencil on the background, and created just a very subtle highlighting on each of the panels. These panels here are two, oh gosh, I don't remember. I'm not even gonna try to remember. I just know that they're like they're 4 inches tall. And I think they're 2.5 inches wide, but I'll post the measurements as we go. So for this first one, I learned this new technique, and I haven't tried it yet. I hope it works well. It's a different way to color. Thank you, Kim. It's a different way to color snow. I haven't done it this way before. And what I'm going to be using is a combo of B00, RV10, and then my colorless blender. That's how I'm going to color the snow. So I'm going to try to get that in there so maybe you can see it. And I'm going to start with I got to turn this a little bit. Oh, measure them on my paper pad. Well, duh. That'd be a very good idea, wouldn't it? Let's see. That would be, well, I don't know. My paper pad doesn't have the right, oh, here we go. No, that doesn't work for me, Kim. I'm sorry, I can't do math today. My brain is fried, but I will. I'm pretty sure it's 2.5 inches wide by 4 inches tall, if you want to have a little panel. So I'm going to start by using the B00, and I'm just going to put the shading in under his hat and around his face, under his nose just a little bit, around the scarf, under his arm, just a little bit, around the bottom, around his foots, right in here, just a little bit, and around there. Okay? So I'm going to do that first. That was B00. Then I'm going to take the RV10, and I'm going to just kind of go right over it and extend just a little bit. And it looks really funky, I know, but it turns out really cool. Just tracing, kind of not completely over the blue, but kind of almost on top of it, and definitely next to it. So it almost, in some spots, if you go too much on the blue, you get kind of a purple, and I don't really want a purple. I do want kind of a snow glow, if you will. So like I said, it looks really funny. Gotta make some coffee. Awesome, Danny. I'm gonna hold this up a little closer so you can see, since the light's kind of weird. And it does look kind of funny. But then I'm gonna take my colorless blender, and I'm going to go over it, and I'm just gonna kind of blend those colors a little bit more and soften the edges. I'm not gonna super saturate, I'm just kind of floating it in there. Because I want a little of the blue to kind of stay, right? Because I want that kind of a glow. And I may have gotten a little heavy-handed on this. Like I said, this is the first time I'm trying this myself, but I saw it and I loved the way it looked. I thought it was really cool. And actually, ooh, as the colorless blender is kind of pulling that out, it does look really cool. Ooh, it does look really cool. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it. Hi, Carla. And there's always such a lag, so I'm just gonna kind of pause for a sec to make sure it's up there. Can you see that? Okay. It looks really cool. I'm excited. Okay, that was the snow. So then I'm gonna color the hat. And I am going to use, if I can find it, I kind of tend to stick with the BV series for like blackish colors. They're easier for me to work with than going straight to the super dark like N's or C's. So this is a BV 29. And I'm going to fill in around the hat here. I'm just kind of feathering in some of that color. And then I'm going to grab the BV 25 and pull that in a little bit more, just kind of smooth it out a little bit. So it's not like a black color, but it's, you know, it reads darker. Okay, and I got kind of a line there, so I'm just gonna kind of work with that a little bit. And then I'm gonna do the brim. Same idea. I'm not really, I mean, these images are small, so I'm not really paying a ton of attention to, you know, light source, but I am, you know, kind of in my brain envisioning that, you know, there's more light coming this way toward the face of the little snowman. So, and then I'm gonna grab my BV 25 and I'm gonna blend that in. So it's not quite so harsh and so dark, but you see it. I don't know, this always drives me crazy with this phone. I don't know if I can zoom in anymore or not, but I'm gonna try because I feel like I might be a little bit far away from you guys. So I'm going to try it. Wish me luck. Oh, yikes, that isn't the one I wanted to drop. Let's see here what we can do. All right. It's always kind of, sometimes I feel like it's a 3-ring circus watching me do one of these sometimes. I apologize. Okay, is that any better? Let me know, would you? I'm waiting for the pause, but I think it might be a little bit better. We might be able to get a little bit closer. Oh, for gosh sakes, and then I flipped it. Yeah, I was trying, Kim, but somehow now you get my hair in the ceiling. Huh. Hello! Let's see, how do I get it back in there? Doggone it. How did it flip? There we are. Yay! Okay, we're back. I hope you enjoyed the top of my head and my glasses. Let's see here. All right, so for some dumb reason, I cannot get it. It's how my, oh, for God's sake. It's how my phone, aha! Oh my Lord, yay, here we go. We are going with it, people. It's how my phone fits in my holder. Is my phone screen, yeah, I know. Good heavens. All right, so we are moving on from the silly person here. All right, so we have the black hat. We're gonna do the nose next, and I'm gonna do a YR 15. Yay, yeah, thank you, Kim. You're always so supportive. I tell ya. Okay, here we go. So this is just a YR 15. He's little. I'm not going to worry about doing a ton of shading. I just want to get him in there. Let's see. I think I will do a red scarf just to tie it in with everything else. And I'm going to use an R46 for this color. And I'm gonna take the R24, if I can find it. Oh yeah, R24, and kind of blend into that a little bit, just so it's a little bit lighter red, where I left that white spot there. Okay, Then I'm going to finish up the rest of the scarf with the R46. I always save my reds when I do reds to last because I worry that if I grab a lighter color and go over it, that I will smear it, pull it in, because I've done it just so many times, it's ridiculous. So that was R46. I'm doing R24 again, and I'm just pulling in the color, and I'm leaving just the tiniest bit of white there. Oh, I missed a piece. Good gracious. Okay, got to finish that one. Okay, and just fill that in. Yeah, Danny, they just are so, they really do. I dread that when I'm doing anything live, especially. I just kind of like, oh, I don't want to do that. All right, but I am just gonna try to do one more little spot of the red here, just give it a little bit darkness right around the face, you know, as if the hat is shading the scarf a little bit. Okay, so there we are. We have our first one done, and then I'm gonna that will be our first panel. So this is our first panel. And next to this little fella, we're gonna do this panel here. They're gonna be on the opposite sides of each other on the pinwheel card. So I'm gonna stick with a similar color theme. I'm gonna do that same B00 on the snowman. Snow person. I don't know if this is a boy or a girl. I just know they're absolutely freaking adorable. And I'm just tracing around the face, the nose, the body, just a little. I'm just kind of bringing in where I would think that there is a snow glow, if you will. Oops, I got a little heavy with the blue, but that's okay. And then I'm going to grab my RV10. They are so darn cute. I love this set so much. I love the opportunity, whoops, let's move that out of the way. I love the opportunity to play with them because they're just so precious. So again, I'm just going over the blue a little bit. I don't want to create a purple, but I do want to get a little of that pink in there. And same in all the spaces. So I'm just going to quickly work around where I have put some blue. I missed a little there, so I'm just going to put pink and see what happens. Oops, see, I got a little purple down there. We're okay. We're okay. So again, we're looking a little pink. Yes, it does. It coordinates so perfectly with the stamp of the month. Oops, I'm way off frame. Here we go. How's that, folks? Better? All right. So then I'm going to grab that colorless blender, and I'm going to pull, I'm just going to smooth out that color again like I did before, just so I don't have that harsh line. And I may end up having to send this to Miss Kimmie just 'cause I know she likes to get our cards. So I may have to send that to her. What do you think, Kimmie? Would you like to have this? All right. All right. So again, leaving a little bit of the blue in places, but just creating a glow. And it takes a second or two for the colorless blender to kind of pull out. I'm over here thinking I got too much blue on this guy. To pull out the glow. Oh, this one turned out a little better. I don't know if you can see that or not, but see how that's literally looks kind of like it's glowing a little bit, the snow. All right, so same idea here. I'm gonna grab my BV 29 and I'm gonna do the top of the earmuffs and here. And then I'm going to grab my BV25 and fill that in. And oh, let's do some buttons. We got a button here and a button peeking under the mug, so let's do that. Then I am grabbing my YR15 again for the nose. People often ask, that snowman, the snowman that glows, man. Yeah, you got it, Kimmie. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Golly, old age sucks. Let's see, I need to blend this just a little bit better right here. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Well, when I remember, I'll shout it out, I guess. Let's see, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of R000 to give this little snowman kind of a cheek, a little rosy cheek there. And let it set for a second, then I'll blend it out a bit with the colorless. People often ask me, thank you, Kim, what paper I'm coloring on, and this is a Copic Express that I'm using. Okay, golly, I tell you, what would I do without you people to help remind me, for goodness sakes. All right, on this one, I'm gonna do the mug in red. So I'm gonna grab the R46. And I'm kind of doing the opposite on this one. Again, well, I mean, not the opposite, but again, I'm envisioning that the light is probably coming more toward the face of the snowman, snow person. You can totally relate. Yeah, I imagine. Okay, and then I'm just filling that in a little bit with the R24, just so it's not, you know, has a little bit of a highlight in there. Then I'm gonna grab quickly an E20, 25 and color in the hot cocoa. And those little floating marshmallows are so tiny. I am not going to try to do any shading, whatever. I'm just going to leave them the white from the paper. I'm not brave enough to try that, not even by a long shot. Thank you, Karis. I lost my, oh, here it is, my red. Okay. And then the earmuffs, let's do in blue. And what I'm going to do there is a B, what am I doing? A B12. And I'm just going to kind of go around. I'm just kind of using swirling motions because I'm envisioning that these earmuffs are furry. So I'm just kind of swirling in color. I could dot as well, but I've decided that, sorry, that was my mom calling. She'll probably call my husband and ask why I didn't answer her phone call. Okay, so there is our first, sorry, that's our other little snow person. And I like the pink snowflakes too, Karis. They're my favorite. I like to do pink snowflakes. So that's one of our panels. Now I'm gonna do the penguin, Perky penguin set. And I'm sticking with my BV 2925 combo, the YR15 for the nose and the feet. And then I'm gonna just quickly add in a BV 20, I guess, because that's the one I see in my hand for the belly. So I'll do the belly first, the kind of the white parts, if you will. I'm gonna put that in first, and then I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit with my colorless blender so it doesn't seem to be such a harsh line. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna grab my colorless blender, like I said, and just, you know, go over that and soften it. So it's not so bold. Alrighty, and then I might as well do, before I do my darks, I'll do my YR15, and that's going to be their little beaks. And, well, their feet are not generally orange, are they? Maybe I better do their feet a different color. I'll just do their beaks orange. And then I'm going to do their bodies. But before I do their bodies, let's do the snow again. Similar to how we're doing the snowmen. So we're going to grab our B000. And then we're going to repeat the same thing I did with the snowman. Then I'm going to add in the pink, which is the RV10. This is water here. I'll do the water in a second. RV10. Perky Penguins is one of the first stamp sets that you added to the shop. That's awesome. Oh, my computer just went to sleep. What is up, peoples? What's up, peoples? I got all these weird things happening. Come on, computer. My phone's ringing. I show you the ceiling. Oh, I don't know if you noticed, but I did dye my own hair last night. If I had shown you my top of my head yesterday, you would have seen a ton of gray. All right, here we go. I've never dyed my own hair before, you guys. This was the very first time. Well, that's a lie. I did try it when I was in my early 20s, and I turned my hair green. It was a disaster. It was awful. I spent 8 hours and a whole lot of money I didn't have at the time to strip all the color out of my hair and start over. And so I've been terrified to do it myself ever since. Fun facts you don't know about your crafty girls, right? Good for me. Yeah, it actually was, you can't see underneath. I missed a couple spots of the gray that are pretty prominent, but next time I know kind of what I missed, and at least they're underneath where people won't see them, and the top part looks a whole lot better. I kind of made mud there because I was chatting. Apparently I can't multitask. And now I'm gonna pull through with the colorless blender. Used to do it a lot. Darker is easier. Yes, darker is definitely easier. Yeah, it was just like getting to be so expensive to do it. And then I'd have this gal that I go to, I love her to pieces, but she doesn't do any evening appointments. Her latest one is usually like 2 o'clock because she's got little ones, which I totally respect. But by the time I would leave work, go get my hair colored, get back to work, I would have lost like 3 hours. And so it was like every 6 weeks, I'm taking basically 3 hours of vacation for my hair, and decided that that probably wasn't what I wanted to do. So, all right, there is our snow, and I'm just gonna let it our ice, I guess. I'm gonna let that sit. Now I'm gonna work on our sweet little penguins, and they are gonna be the BV29 and the BV25. So I'm coloring the wings in pretty solid, and then leaving spaces for the little bit lighter color, the BV25. Oh, Danny, I can relate. A struggle look. Yeah, there's been a struggle look. Yep. That's what I was afraid of, but it was looking really bad. My gray was grown out probably 3 inches, I'm gonna say. And I was like, oh, I'm okay with that. And then I decided that I'm really just too young to be that gray. So, all right, so I kind of lost my definition. I'm gonna let this sit just for a bit, and then I'm gonna come back in with the darker and add that. But over in this little one, I'm just gonna start with my BV25. And Gonna go from there. And I'm not paying a lot of attention to, you know, shading, depth. I'm just getting color on here because that they're little and they just don't need a lot. Then I'm gonna take the darker, the BV29 again. And this time I'm gonna kind of pull out the wing a little bit more, make it a little darker. Put a little bit up here just because. And let's see. I'm gonna grab my BV 20. Somewhere I have another BV in here, but I can't find it. So I'm grabbing the BV 20 and I'm just gonna add, I'm just putting it over the top to see if I can get that to lighten up a little bit. And it looks like it worked, so yay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You've literally had every hair color under the sun. Ooh, I bet you looked good in your Madonna phase. Woohoo! It's gonna be white like your mom and dad's. Oh, pretty, little bit of glitter. Yep, yep. I think some women are so absolutely stunning in gray hair. Some parts of mine that was coming in was really, really white, but it's gonna take such a long time, I think, for it all to grow out. I wasn't sure I was patient enough for that. But someday, my grandma did not stop coloring her hair jet black until she was about 80 some years old. And then she went to, and she was gray at 13, you guys. And then she went to like a lighter reddish brown color. I'm gonna do their feet in a W7. And she didn't literally let her own gray hair show till she was like 93. She was so adorable. Did I have the gloves to go with it? Yes, I did. I did have gloves. What I'm gonna do next time when I do it, Carla, everything you guys wanna know about coloring hair, right? While we color penguins. Next time I am going to order the brush and the bowl because I think it'll be easier to get it on evenly for me if I do it that way. I think that was kind of part of my error in missing a chunk of it, was trying to kind of work it through without going all the way to the ends because I have some real light colored ends and I was afraid I was going to end up with real black tips. It's just a process, you know, I don't know. Did I have a tail comb? No, but I'm going to buy that, Kim. That's what I'm going to get this time because I think that will work better. Okay, that's this one, you guys. Isn't it cute? So that's going to be this panel. Adorable. Adorable, so stinking cute. And then we're going to do this little cutie patootie. And again, pretty quick. Gonna start out with instead of the B29, I lost it. I don't know where I put it. Well, let's start with the feet and the nose. Oh, yep, I could ask the honey to help me with the back. I came out in my cap and sat in the living room and he's like, what you doing? And I said, well, I'm coloring my hair. And he's like, huh. That's all he said. Huh. He's like, have you done that before? No, he didn't say a word. Okie doke, let's see. There's the B12. Oh, here we go. I found it. Here is the BV20, which is the inside. Yeah, my sister is the one. She's been coloring her own hair for quite a while, and she is the one that convinced me that I could do it. She's like, you can make all those gorgeous cards, and you can do all that stuff. You can definitely figure out how to color your hair. I was like, oh, I don't know. Can I really? All right, so again, I did the BV. Yeah, he's a very smart. Sometimes he's smart. That's the BV20, and now 2021. And now I'm blending this in again because I want really more white, but I don't want that harsh line. And Yeah, I did look really silly in that cap, I will tell you. I looked really, really silly in that cap. But, what the heck? It's better than sitting in a salon looking really silly in front of a whole bunch of people, I guess. I don't know. I really like the safety of having someone else do it. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna let it set. Then we're going to do the mug, and I'm sticking with the same colors, you guys. I'm just making it work. Whoops, wrong color. I'm making it work all the way around. I'm just doing the same colors so that my colors are pretty cohesive all the way. This is the R46. Do you guys watch The Voice? The Voice is on tonight, and they are down to the finals, and I love that show. They are so good. I love Ariana Grande on that show. I think she's so adorable. And Kelly Clarkson, oh my goodness, she's my favorite. And Blake, when he does the point to his head thing, makes me laugh. Okay, so again, I'm assuming that there's like coffee or cocoa in here, so I'm just gonna do brown in there. That was the E25. And then I'll do the feet next, which is the W7. And these go pretty fast. Like I said, they're little, there's a lot of them, but I think this will be a fun thing for you guys to watch, and you haven't watched it in a long time. Yeah, I love it. This will be a fun thing for you guys to, when you watch it back, and oh, your husband likes Ariana. Yep. My husband always makes comments on her outfits, and I'm like, she's a star. She's supposed to dress that way. So I'm doing the BV25 again on the penguin. Sorry, my hand's probably in the way. I apologize. But I think this will be really fun for, you know, if you're not coloring along today, if you watch it later, it gives you some ideas. And then, like I said, to then be able to put together the card. It was kind of just a last minute thought. I was like, I want to do something fun and different. Maybe I never really finish a project, it seems, when I'm doing these color alongs, and thought it would be fun to get that done and share with you guys. Kind of a little bonus, if you will, I guess. Yes, and they're so it's so nice to use the little ones because they're so such a great variety, and they're quick. I mean, you can do so much more with having the smaller stamps. Okay, so on this one, I'm only going to take that BV29, and oops, wrong end. I do that every single time, I swear. I am going to come in and just do just a tiny bit, just a little bit. Up here a little. Down here by the feet. Just really not doing much of that darker color. And I see it kind of blobbed, so I wasn't going to smooth it out, but I will really fast. There. All right, so we have another one down. And that will be another one of our panels. I'll just show you quick. This will be another one of our panels on our flip. Isn't that cute? Alrighty, and then the next one is the reindeer set. And I have this sentiment here, you guys, comes from the, I think it's the Christmas Seals one. This sentiment here. Yeah, this set. So it's right here, Merry Everything. And I kind of squashed it a little hard in my Misty when I started to, when I put it in there to stamp. So it's a little tiny bit blurry. I apologize for that. All right, so I'm gonna color the Santa hat. This is also from the reindeer set. And I'm gonna do, this was C1. And then I'm gonna grab my colorless blender and pull it out. That Sweet Snowflakes stencil, Kim, is my favorite stencil. And I know I say that a lot, but honestly, I just love this stencil so much. I find myself reaching for it constantly. I love it. Okay, so here is our 46 again for Santa's hat. All right, and then I'm going to come in with the R24 really quick. Oh, for gosh sakes, I did it again. All right, here we go. So just making it a little lighter toward the top. Not much variation, but just enough that you can kind of see that it's a little lighter. And then let's do our reindeer, and I'm going to do him in E35 and E37. I'm going to start with my E35. I'm trying not to get my hand in the frame so much when I'm coloring, because it's really, I don't know, when I watch coloring videos and I'm really trying to follow along and all I can see is the person's hand until they move it, I just get really lost. So I try not to do that to people. But I know that it's really hard sometimes. And sometimes when you're zoomed in like really a lot, it's especially hard. It's you know, it's a challenge sometimes to get the right mix that works for everybody. And none of us are perfect, and I am certainly not a coloring expert, but it is fun to watch and see how different people do things. This little stamp set I fell in love with when I attended my first live Kraftin Kimmie retreat, and it was one of the stamp sets that they did a class with. Jessie did a watercoloring class with this, and I absolutely fell in love with this set. And I was so bummed when it disappeared for a while, and super excited when it came back. I was just so excited. So just coloring the little legs, the hooves, the bottom of his little feet, his hooves are going to be darker. Alrighty. And then I have my E37, which I'm not going to do a bunch with. I'm just going to add a little bit here and here. And here, and here, just little spots of it. And then I'm just gonna grab my E35 again and just blend it because I don't want it to look harsh. Actually, it's kind of pulling itself in okay because I did 2 layers of color on this top part before I moved on. And that is one nice thing I have found about this Copic paper is that it does saturate really well. I'm not generally somebody who does lots of layers. I kind of like to just get it and move on, but when I do, I've noticed that it is pretty nice for blending things smoother without having to go back on it. Oh, there's only a few left in stock. Oh, get them, you guys. They're so cute. You gotta have them. I love this set so much. Okay, there is his little sweet little body. I'm gonna grab an E31 for the face and inside the ears. And you can see I'm not using any real probably proper technique for Copic coloring because I'm not super worried about it. It just is so easy to color that I don't have to worry about you know, lots of different levels and shading. And I mean, I certainly could, but this little sweetie pie is so cute as it is that I'm just really getting the good color down. And, you know, just bits and pieces of adding shading here or there. But I wanted something that felt, you know, easy for you guys and, you know, for me, because if you're wanting to do several things, then you want it something that doesn't feel like, some people don't like to color. I absolutely love to color. In fact, I think I like to color more than I like to actually finish anything. But for those people who don't love to color, you know, small images are so perfect because you have the option of it not needing so much color. So I'm gonna do the no, not E37. I'm gonna do E29 on the bottoms of this, on the hooves. So just a little bit darker than, and a little bit different shade than the rest of his body. And the horns, the ears, I said, silly. Antlers, there we go, little antlers. Okay, super cute, super cute. Then I'm gonna do the holly. I'm gonna stick with my reds. I'm not gonna reintroduce a ton of colors. Yes, exactly. Just having them colored just really brings them to life, creates that wow factor. And you feel successful. You've colored something adorable. It looks great. You can do lots of them. Yeah, I agree, Kim. So this is, that was R46. I'm gonna do a YG, oh, I don't know, YG06, let's say. Whoops, there went my computer again. I'm gonna do a YG06 on the holly leaf. Come on, computer, wake up. There we go. There we go. I got to remember to look up every once in a while and tap the little mouse pad so it stays awake so I can see, just in case you say anything. That was YG06. I am going to grab YG17, and I'm just going to add just a little bit. I mean a little bit in here, just for a little bit of differentiation, right? Because like I said, I don't want to spend forever. I want a cute image, but I do want to just highlight the berries a little bit. So that was a YG17. And then my YG06 to pull it out, just a tad, because I did get a little heavy-handed there. And it blends beautifully, and it looks adorable. Let's see, R22 is what I'm gonna put in on his tongue, on her little tongue. And then we're gonna do the package. And I'm gonna keep the package in the same color schemes that we've been doing everything else. I love these reindeers too, Carla, so much. They're so cute. I'm gonna do the blue package. And this is the B12 that I used on the waters with the penguins. A blue package, and let's do a red bow. All right, that is our sweetie. And that one's gonna go on, so these papers here, I don't remember where I got these papers. They're in my stash. That's gonna go on there. The other side is this little sweet pea. And again, we're just gonna grab the E35. That is the body of our little reindeer. So I'm just gonna get that color in there. Oops, I blobbed a little, but I'm gonna be coming in with the E31 around the face, so that should blend out okay. And I went over the antlers, but I'm gonna use a darker color there, so I'm not stressing about it. I am gonna just swoop in a little bit more color. Alrighty, and then the little body, and my hands are a little shaky, so I'm just going to slow down a little bit around the holly. Oh, my poor husband, he's been kind of sicky the last couple of days. Caught his early winter cold that he gets every year. And I'm just, you know, laying down a good level of color on the body again. Okay, then I'm going to grab the E31 and color the face. Oh wait, before I do that though, I am going to take the E37. Oh, it's just crazy how you can set something down and then forget where it is. Here we go. So I'm going to grab the E37 and I'm just going to pull in a little bit of color here, and hopefully I've got enough still saturated on the paper that it'll kind of pull it out. We'll see. If not, we'll grab the E35 again and blend it a bit, but it looks like it's doing okay, so I'm just going to let it be, let it do its thing. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to make the tail a little darker, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of shading around the holly, not a lot, and under the collar. And then I'm going to give this back leg a little bit darker, just one extra coat with the E37, but I want it to be real dark. All right, then I'm gonna grab the E29, I think is what I did, and do the hooves. And the antlers. Okay, and then E31. And that will be the ears again. And the face. And I just gave a little extra attention up here around the eye because I had bumped into, oh goodness, I got a smear there. I had bumped into the with the darker color, so I'm just kind of smoothing that out a little bit. Alrighty, so there's that. I'm just adding just a little swoosh of color at the base again. All right, and then we'll do the collar and the holly. And again, let's see, I'm gonna do the, where's my blue? Blue collar. This is the B12. I'm gonna grab the YG06 for the holly leaves. And the YG17, just a touch of it, just a little, just a teeny tiny bit. Back to the YG06. There we go. And then the berries, the mistletoe berries in red. All right, ta-da! I see one little spot I missed. I gotta fix here real quick or it'll drive me crazy. There we go. All right, so now we have a third panel for our card, which will be these two. Adorable, right? And the last and not least, but certainly not least, is this little sweet igloo. And that's gonna be pretty quick to color. I am going to start with my YG 17 on the trees. I do want them to be a little darker, so I'm going to start with that. we go. Oh, thank you, Kim and Danny. I hope I haven't missed any comments. I apologize, you guys. I'm not looking up as often as I probably should, but thank you so much for being here, for saying the encouraging words, and I just really appreciate that a lot. All right, so that is the trees. That was YG17. Now I'm gonna do the same thing I've done on the snow all the way through. I'm gonna grab my B, my B00, and I'm just gonna, with a real light touch, I'm just gonna try to hit all of the squares in some fashion. This is a fun one to color up too with pencils, because for me, of the squares, it has that nice, you know, the shapes, I guess they're not all square, some are rectangle, but it's just it's an easy, quick little pattern to follow. So, and then like here, I just kind of do the lines first. I do all the vertical lines, and then I just kind of hit the others as I go. It's just super, super easy, forgiving, easy image to be able to fill in. I think I might have forgot the top. Let's do that. Okay, then I'm gonna grab that RV11, and I'm gonna do that the same thing. I'm just gonna follow right through where I was before, but I'm just barely really touching the tip of this marker this time. I'm just barely in there, like ever so lightly, ever so quickly, whisking it in. Whisking, it sounds like I'm baking something. Whisk your Copic marker in your igloo. So we're just filling it in. Just ever so quickly. I am not paying a ton of attention because it's gonna have just that snowy, glowy look. And if it reads a tiny bit pink, well, I'm fine with that because I have pink snowflakes in the background, and I like pink snowflakes. We do everything here at KK. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, we sure do. Alrighty, and then I'm just gonna do very quickly, like I am not even paying attention. I am doing a very, very quick color wash with my colorless blender. Because again, if I'm left with a little bit more pink here and there, I am totally cool with that because I have pink snowflakes coming down on a pink igloo. And life is too short not to have pink snowflakes, in my opinion. Okay, so like I said, I'm just really washing. I'm not paying a ton of attention. I just want to get it through there. Because I did leave enough white space in there. I'm just kind of blending so I don't have harsh lines, right? So I really just get kind of a glow. You want to live in a world with pink snowflakes? You and me, Danny. All right, so that's that panel. Look how quick and easy that was. Of course, I've pre-stamped sentiments, of course, but you get the idea. And then, so this last panel, I didn't do another image on this side because I figured that it just would coordinate, and then you could write, you could do a to from here. There is one of our little stamp sets. I think it's the one with the ornaments. I can't think of the name of it. It's the ornaments, and there's a little to and from, and that would be super cute to do a to and a from, and then you could write a small little message on this side, and that's why we are friends. Exactly. So I thought this would be a great deal. Now, if you did want to write a message, stamp the to from, you'd want to do that before you glue it down, because by the time you get to this level, it's a little bumpy, and it's not as easy to write on. So you'd want to remember that as you're making your card, to leave yourself space to write and then put it on. But I'm just going to go ahead and adhere it so that you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm afraid you're gonna might see the ceiling again, but let's see if I can remember how to zoom back out a little bit. That's in. Bah, I'm gonna try to lift it up. Hang on. Hang on, we're gonna go back up. I think that should be tall enough to be able to see what we're doing. I hope so anyway. Solid, yeah, no, I don't think it's Solid Holiday, Kim. It's the Holly Jolly ornaments maybe? Because Solid Holiday, I have that one in front of me. This is the Solid Holiday here. You could do the little ornaments, but I'm thinking about the other one that actually has the ornament bulbs. And it has a little to from and I think it says Merry Christmas or Christmas wishes, something like that. That would be really super cute to put on the other panel. Oh yeah. Okay, good. All right, so let's put this little adorable card together. Again, I want to show you that this pinwheel card has the tower piece in the middle, and that's what puts our card together. So I've got that already pre-assembled. It's a 4 1/4 inch by 4 1/4 inch square piece, and then I've scored at every inch, and I folded it. And I had to, you can see that I had to tear it apart because I glued it backwards. I wanted my pattern to show on the inside, and I did it the opposite way. So I quickly ripped it up before the glue was too set. But it's okay because my panels are gonna color that. Holly Jolly Ornaments, thank you, Kim. Thank you for linking that. Okay. So let me get all my markers out of the way so I have a little more room to work here. And we're just gonna assemble. So I have pre-cut 4 red panels that are 4 1/4 inches by 2.75 inches. And I'm going to glue these onto my main middle piece. I'm just gonna start gluing those all down. Now I will tell you that the use of tear tape or adhesive tape doesn't, on my little first card I did, I used that because it was so, I felt like it was easier and quicker. But tape over time, when you manipulate, at least the type of tape I had, when you continually manipulate the card, the tape sort of starts to separate a little bit. And so I found that liquid glue works the best for putting the pieces together and staying together on the card. So I put one down, I rotate my box, I'm gonna glue another one down, and I'm using the Nuvo Deluxe glue. I really like this, it's nice glue. I tend to like liquid glues more than I like any other type of adhesive anyway, because I like the wiggle room. I did buy some art glitter glue, but I haven't used it yet. I'm using down my stash of other stuff first. So that's the second panel. So you can kind of see how this is coming together, right? So then I'm just going to, so there's one, then you rotate, there's another one. So I'm going to glue another panel on here. We're working on our third panel. And I should be paying a little bit more attention. I do want it to stay together. So I'm going to glue that, and I'm just coming right up against the seam where I've folded it. And I've pre-scored, you know, I scored it, and then I folded and folded and folded. I worked it so that it would be easy to, you know, move. So there's 3 sides, and then we're going to do our 4th side. So 1, 2, 3, and now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that one's just going to go right on top of this one. And so this is the 1 inch column, because remember I said we score it at 1 inch. And you got to be careful. On my first 1 or 2, it's not like super like a big deal, but you don't want to butt them up so tight that when you try to fold it, they don't really fold together, because you've given them no wiggle room. But you also don't want to leave too much. Uh-oh, I think I glued something together here accidentally. You don't want to leave too much. Oh, what did I do? I did something wrong. Hang on here. Oh, I did something wrong. Hold on. Oh, I see what I did. All right. All right, here we go. We're pulling it up. Yikes. Well, this is live. If I have to go cut another one, I will. Yee. Good gracious. What did I do? All right, I gotta stop and think. What did I do? I must have gone off my pattern wrong. All right, so hold on. So first one, rotate. Second one, rotate. Oh, that's what I did wrong. I glued it on the wrong side. Okay. Well, for heaven's sakes, you may see me put it completely all the way together again. Go figure. Ha! This is not funny, but it's funny. Okay, so here we go. Start over. Do over. And you don't want to use this too heavy of a, you don't want to use a card stuck in the middle because it makes it hard to, hi Sharon, no worries. You popped in for the part where I'm making a mistake, so you'll know what not to do when you make one. It's better to use like a pattern paper in the middle because it gets a little too stiff. Okay, so here we go again. We're starting over. So I did my first one and I rotate. And now I do my second one. And so we already have a good bit of glue on there. We're just going to do it again. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so, all right, so that was the second one. Then we rotate again. I'm still doing something wrong. What am I doing? Good heavens. Think, 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 think. There we go. That's what I did wrong. Okay, so I need to glue it on this side this time. Yep, that's what I did. Okay. Come on, computer, wake up. All right, that's what I did wrong. I have better instructions from when we did this in the class and it went very smoothly. I promise. All right, so now we're back on track. So I gotta kind of take care of where I tore that off a little bit. And the nice thing is too, I'm gonna put patterned paper. Yeah, what time is it, Sharon? I'm gonna put patterned paper over the top of this so you're not gonna see where I kind of pulled it up. All right, and now my fourth one, and that should work fine. I'm just standing it up to make sure I know what the heck I'm doing here. Yep, there we go. Okay, now my last panel. And it looks like I probably need to put a little bit more glue under here. All right, here we go. Let me see here. Yep, this way. All right. Good golly, Miss Molly. There we go. All right. All right, I'm gonna just let it sit for just a sec so it dries since I kind of warped it a little bit by ripping it up. All right, there we go. Ta-da, now we got it. So I'm just gonna make sure that all of my, so I got my seam off a little bit. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Then we're gonna glue down our panels. And I have, all of these are the same. I'm alternating my patterns. I have two different patterns. And I am gonna glue those down. So this is the first one. And I cut it so that there's just a tiny bit of red edge around the pattern paper. I'm gonna glue that on there. I'm gonna go ahead and stick my little reindeer guy on there. Whoops. Getting glue all over the place. So, and then this is the other side. This part you could use, you know, the tape roller, whatever, because, you know, it's just staying on a panel. But where you need your seams to be stronger, you really should use, I think you should use the glue, because I found, like I said, as I kept playing with mine, the seams kind of loosened up a little bit. And all right, there's one panel done. Yay, we did it. Okay, little mistake there along the way, but we're doing good. So we're gonna flip it over, and then we're gonna do another one. So I'm gonna do my penguins next. And I am resorting to my tape because I am aware of the fact that we're probably going a little bit longer than I thought we would. So I'm just gonna get that on there, and I'm just gonna leave the littlest bit of red edge all the way around the paper. And then I'm gonna put my penguins on there. And I'm just kind of centering them on the panel, kind of eyeballing it, getting them on there. And so next is this little panel here. So we're gonna get that on there. So when you get, so this panel here is, so if it's 5.5 this way, then you have a 1.75 wide and a 2.75, which gets you to your width there. Maybe 2.25, I'm not sure. I'll get you the measurements. All right, so there is our other panel. I'm not sure where I'm at in the frame here. Oh, here we go. Sorry if I'm off frame. My paper's sliding around. So that's 2 panels. So you see we have 1, and now we have 2, and now we're gonna make a 3rd, and I'm gonna do the snowman one. Put that on there, leave a little bit of a edge. So you can't even, I shouldn't speak too soon because then I'll probably make another mistake, but I was gonna see, you can't really even notice where I ripped up that paper and made the mistake, but there are YouTube videos too that are a lot smoother than mine in terms of how to put together this little pinwheel card, and there's lots of different sizes that you can do. They're actually super easy, and they are just really fun. All right, let's see here. Let's get this side on there. And the thing too about these cards is you don't want to put a ton of heavy embellishments because they need to kind of, oops, I got to get it kind of lined up with this other panel. They need to, you know, fold over on top of themselves. And they do get, you know, it's like kind of like having 2 in the middle here, like having 2 cards on top of each other. So here is the 3rd one. So we just have 1 left to go. We're going to flip that over. And this is our panel, so I'm going to pretend like I wrote something. I'm just going to, for purposes of this card, I am going to glue the patterned panel, say that 15 times quick. I'm going to glue that down really good and solid, but I'm going to just put 1 little dab of the glue on this one because I do want to lift it off so that I can write a message on there. Another thing you can do too is if you don't want to, you know, if you want to put like a sticky note over the top of it with your message so that when they pull it off, they have, you know, just can use it as like a little decorative piece. I'm just barely putting that on there because I actually do want to write on it. So let's see here, and let's get this one on there. And I do want to put like a to from on there, so I'm just gonna put just a couple dots on there as well. Whoops, upside down. There we go. No, I like it this way. We'll go this way. Okay. And I'm just kind of lining up my bottoms on these so that and leaving a little bit of an edge. All right, we did it. We did it. Thank you for hanging in there with me. So let's review what we have here. So this is our adorable little pinwheel card. That's the top. And then, so they get it in the mail, and here it is like this. Here's their card. And then they just kind of flip to the next panel, which is these adorable little penguins. And then they flip it again, and they get these adorable little snowmen. And they flip it again, and they get your sweet message. So isn't that adorable? Super fun, right? I can see as I'm folding that I got it a little crooked after I pulled it all apart, but I'm probably the only one who's gonna notice that. I didn't glue my top up here all the way. I could take my scissors and I could trim off that little piece that's peeking out, but I feel like most people are probably gonna look at that and go, oh, look at these adorable images. Those snowmen are so cute. And they're super easy, you guys, they really are. They're way easier than I made it seem. But thank you so much for coloring along with me or watching, and I really would love to see you guys make one and share it, because the possibilities are endless, and we have tons. Kraftin Kimmie has tons and tons and tons of adorable little stamps. In fact, I had a really hard time making up my mind what I wanted to do, but you could also not color at all, and you could just use the inks, and you could do these adorable trees across the panels. You could do a different stencil with the clouds and the trees. You can do the packages. You can do the deer. You can use these Christmas seals. You can do a lot of things if you're in a quick, and these cards do come together really quickly. So if you are not in the mood to color, but these little images are easy to color, use solid colored stamps. Make a birthday one instead of a Christmas one. We have lots of images that are, a little more solid, and they don't all need to be colored in. Maybe you just stamp them in a colored ink. You have a white background and you stamp them in a colored ink, and you do a little stenciling around it, like the sprinkles stencil. Do various colors of that for like confetti and stamp a package, or those sorts of things. So honestly, the possibilities are just endless. Oh, I wanted to show you, because one of the other ideas I had was another set that if you didn't want to color, this is another one of my very favorite sets. The sentiments are a little big to stretch across the card, but you could make it so that your card goes this way when they're looking at it, right? So you could make it landscape. You could stretch your sentiments out across this way, and they could open it, they could rotate it this way instead of up and down. It still would stand up and down. Well, it might stand this way. No, it needs to stand up and down. But you could, you could be creative and you could use a longer stamp. But the snowflakes, just all the pretty colors you could put in the background. So just think again. So there's that Holly Jolly Ornaments one that Kim linked up for us. That would be absolutely beautiful, coming down from the top of these with the sentiments. You have the snowflakes. Then you can bring in your trees and your cups, your other ornaments. So again, yes, thank you for linking that, Kim. So lots and lots and lots of fun ideas. I hope I've sparked your desire to go make something fun and to try to use up some of those great Kraftin Kimmie stamps that you have that would work so perfectly on this. And I'm sure you're tired of listening to me, but thank you so much for listening to me today and talking with me about coloring my hair and watching my ceiling and just making this such an enjoyable evening for me. I so much appreciate you, and I will see you soon. Thank you so very much. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Kimmie.